City building games can be hit or miss depending on a lot of factors. The first is how fun the gameplay itself is. If the gameplay is not great, it will not be a game you want to enjoy. The second thing is the setting and uniqueness of the game. Some people might play a game that takes place in the medieval ages just because they enjoy games from that time period. There are a lot more factors that go into what makes a game fun, but we won't go over every single one in this video. So let's get into the games. Here are 10 more amazing city builder games you can play on Steam. Keep in mind that these do cost money, so I will put the price of the game in USD when I introduce each game. Cities, Skylines 2 is a city building simulation game developed by Colossal Order and published by Paradox Interactive. Released on October 24, 2023, it allows players to design and manage cities with unprecedented realism and detail. Players can construct expansive urban areas, manage intricate transportation networks, and oversee the economic and social well-being of their citizens. The game features dynamic weather patterns, seasonal changes, and a living economy that responds to player decisions. The game itself launched with mixed reviews because it was extremely unoptimized, but has gotten better over time. If you want a game that is easier to run and has more content, maybe check out the first game since you can get it for super cheap.
I'm Tarn Adams, and I've been making Dwarf Fortress with my brother.
Dwarf Fortress is a complex simulation game that combines elements of construction, management, and roguelike gameplay. Players can choose between Fortress mode or Adventure mode. Fortress mode has you managing a colony of dwarves, constructing and maintaining an underground fortress. Players oversee various aspects such as resource gathering, defense against threats, and the well-being of their dwarven inhabitants. Adventure mode has you controlling a single character and exploring the procedurally generated world, undertaking quests, and interacting with the environment in a manner similar to traditional roguelike games. The game is renowned for its depth and complexity, offering a richly detailed, procedurally generated fantasy world with unique histories, creatures, and landscapes. The game has been updated with better visuals and a bunch of new systems, so if you remember the original, then you will understand what we mean. If you want to get into an extremely complicated city builder, then this is an amazing game. Farthest Frontier is a city-building simulation game developed and published by Crate Entertainment. Players lead a group of settlers to establish a town in the wilderness, managing resources such as wood, stone, and clay, as well as hunting, fishing, and farming to sustain the community. The game features over 100 different buildings, a detailed farming system with crop rotation and soil management, and real-time villager activities. Randomly generated maps and customizable difficulty settings enhance replayability. It is like Age of Empires, but you aren't trying to take out all the enemies. You will need to defend your home from invaders, so you will need soldiers and defenses. It is an amazing game that is currently in early access, but there are rumors that the 1.0 version of the game is coming out soon. Bellwright is an action RPG and simulation game developed by Donkey Crew, released on April 23, 2024. Players assume the role of a character framed for the prince's murder, embarking on a quest to uncover the truth and lead a rebellion against an oppressive regime. The game features settlement building, resource management, and skill-based combat, allowing players to establish and expand their own communities, recruit allies, and engage in strategic battles. It is actually a very unique game. There is actually a lot to the game even though it is currently in early access. The game is a mixture of games like Medieval Dynasty and any other medieval settlement builder. If you are looking for a fun game, then this one is definitely worth it. Oxygen Not Included is a space colony simulation game developed and published by Klei Entertainment. Released on July 30th, 2019, the game challenges players to manage a group of colonists known as duplicants who find themselves stranded within an asteroid. Players are tasked with ensuring the survival of these duplicants by overseeing various aspects such as oxygen production, food cultivation, waste management, and temperature regulation. The game features procedurally generated worlds, requiring players to adapt to unique environments and challenges in each playthrough. Oxygen Not Included has received overwhelmingly positive reviews and is a very difficult game. It is by the same creators of Don't Starve, so if you know the difficulty of that game, you will understand why this game is hard.
And it's all of their own making.
Timberborn is a city-building simulation game developed and published by Mechanistry, set in a post-apocalyptic world where humans have vanished and beavers have become the dominant species. Players manage colonies of these industrious creatures, focusing on resource management, construction, and survival in challenging environments. The game has also seen significant updates, including the introduction of faction-specific wonders, large, resource-intensive structures that, once completed, provide unique benefits and serve as major milestones for players. It is a very unique game that is actually pretty satisfying. You will need to do a lot of different productions for everything that you do. Be prepared to spend a lot of time creating your settlement.
Great storm, wipe the world clean.
Let's take it back.
But how?
Frostpunk 2 is a city-building survival game developed and published by 11-Bit Studios, released on September 20th, 2024. Set 30 years after the catastrophic Great Storm depicted in the original Frostpunk, players assume the role of the Steward, the new leader of New London, a city grappling with overpopulation, resource shortages, and societal tensions. Frostpunk 2 builds upon its predecessor by delving deeper into the complexities of leadership and societal survival in a frozen dystopian world, offering players a multifaceted and immersive experience. It is a really difficult game that has you making hard decisions. You will have to take problems into your own hands to get stuff done. If you are looking for a colony sim that is very complicated, then this is a great option. The first game is also fun if you haven't played it already. RimWorld is a sci-fi colony simulation game developed and published by Ludion Studios. Players manage a group of colonists stranded on a distant, procedurally generated planet, overseeing their survival, growth, and community development. The gameplay involves building and expanding colonies across diverse biomes, with each presenting their own distinct environmental challenges. Central to RimWorld is its dynamic storytelling, driven by an AI storyteller that crafts unpredictable narratives and challenges, making every playthrough distinct. Players navigate complex tasks like resource gathering, base construction, and defending against threats ranging from natural disasters to hostile factions and wildlife. This is one of the most complicated colony sim games you can play, but that is what makes it a great game. If you are looking for a city builder game with amazing mechanics, then this is a great game to check out. Manor Lords is a medieval strategy game that intricately blends city-building elements with real-time tactical battles and complex economic and social simulations. Set in late 14th century Franconia, players assume the role of a medieval lord tasked with expanding a small settlement into a thriving city. This involves gathering resources, managing supply chains, and establishing trade networks, all while maintaining the internal cohesion of the settlement. The game emphasizes historical accuracy, requiring players to navigate various taxation systems and balance rapid growth against environmental factors like weather and resource depletion. The game is also a really good-looking game in terms of graphics and textures. It is also in early access, so it will have a 1.0 release sometime in the future, so get the game now before the price increases, if you are planning on it. Anno 1800 is a city-building real-time strategy game developed by Ubisoft. Players embark on a journey to build and manage expansive cities, balancing the intricacies of industrialization, trade, and diplomacy. The game offers a blend of city-building and real-time strategy elements, allowing players to construct complex production chains, engage in naval warfare, and explore new territories. A notable feature is the blueprint mode, which enables players to plan city layouts without immediate resource expenditure, facilitating strategic development. We are very biased to the Anno game since we have put hundreds of hours into the franchise. Anno 1800 in particular is one of those games that we even purchased all the DLCs just to get more of it. We can't wait for Anno 117 Pax Romana that is releasing this year. If you are a fan of Anno games, this one is by far the best one you can play currently. Every single game on this list is unique and has come out in the past couple years. Yes, some came out before part 1 of this video, but those are still great games. If you found a city builder game that you enjoy from the list, then make sure to let us know down in the comment section below. Also consider subscribing if you enjoy our content. We have a bunch of new merch designs on our website that are based on games that we really enjoy. All links are in the description, and thanks for watching.